Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are starting my first week of dental school vlog. Today's Monday and classes don't actually start till Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday are allotted to complete our orientation materials. If you watched the last video, you would know that I pretty much finished those already. But today, to-do list is pretty short, which is cool. It's basically work out, go for a walk. I had that Zoom D1 help series tonight about interviews, and then I had to make sure I could get my VPN app working because there's certain things from the school that require the VPN on in order to work on the iPad, and I couldn't get it to work during orientation. It was a little weird, but I just got it to work, so that's why it's crossed off. And then I'm going through the orientation modules, there's 9, one more time right now, just to double, triple check that I completed everything that was necessary. That way, today and tomorrow, I can just focus on the last thing on my list, which is reading all of the syllabi and inputting anything that I need to into my calendar, and just making sure I'm aware of where all of the course content sits. Because what I'm realizing from starting one syllabus already is, even though our learning platform is Canvas, some of the materials are on a different Michigan website or another Michigan website. So like there's a website for histology, there's an anatomy website, and like that's sometimes where the lectures are, the videos and stuff. So I just have to be bookmarking everything so I know where all the different websites are to get to my lecture material, since we are doing dental school online. If you're new here, my name is Haley. I'm just starting my first year in dental school. We have a half summer term as incoming first years at the University of Michigan for the sake of kind of getting us warmed up before the fall starts and we jump into like 28-ish credits. Right now we're only in like 10 and a half, I believe. So it's just kind of getting us warmed up, getting us to meet our classmates, even though unfortunately this year it is all virtual. The fall is still a little up in the air. They plan to have us in the dental school for need-be hands-on things like working in sim lab on our hand skills, practicing real dentistry, and then the lecture-based material, that's what's up in the air, whether that will be online or whether we will be in the physical building for that. So you guys will be updated. Make sure you subscribe to follow along on this fun journey of ours through dental school. Been listening to this Spotify playlist called Jazz Vibes, and it's really nice for like a morning like working playlist because there's no words, it's just beats. And I like the rhythm of it. It's soothing yet uplifting, so it's perfect for like your morning work, like just reading and everything. So I've been really liking that this morning. I've been at my desk for about an hour already. As you can tell, I don't have that much to do today or really tomorrow. There's some live sessions starting tomorrow for orientation, but the reason I still got up pretty early, I got up at 7:15, is to start getting in that flow of waking up early. My earliest classes, I believe, start at 9 a.m. Eastern time because people are all around the country taking classes. But for me, 9 a.m. Eastern time is I think when my live classes start. But I'm hoping to be, as of now, at my desk by 8:15, 8:30 every day. We'll see. I gotta like feel out how the weeks go and see if that's early enough and everything, but I just want to start waking up early to start getting in that habit and being comfortable with it. I took a shower already this morning, which is why my hair is a little wet still. It's air drying. Last thing, upcoming videos that I'm planning on making: night routine in dental school, morning routine in dental school, and then favorite study school supplies for classes from home. Those are videos coming up, and then vlogs of dental school. Every Wednesday videos should be posted. That's my plan. 10 a.m. is the upload time. If I have it pre-uploaded in time to be up at 10 a.m., that's when you can expect it. Last week's video went up a little bit early just because I did have that collaboration with Michigan's Dental School's YouTube page, so that is why that one was a Monday, but generally speaking they will be on Wednesdays. it is noon right now. I'm nearly done for what I wanted to do today, and like I said, tomorrow the only thing I have to do is the live session with our dean. So I'm kind of looking ahead, and I'm looking at our anatomy lectures, and the way anatomy works is that we have a live class usually twice a week, usually Wednesdays and Fridays, for an hour. You can either pick like a 9 to 10 or an 11 to 12 block, and that's basically like an open office hour almost. Like they'll review the content and then we can ask questions. But before each of those sessions, you need to have done all of the online material, which is like the long like bulk of these hours of time. So I just pulled up the learning objectives, which are gone through in video format, and then we have a website called Blue Link, which is a project that our anatomy faculty at the University of Michigan started. So there's 7 learning objectives for this first lecture. Well, I guess it's the second lecture. The first lecture is a review. First lecture is about the anterior neck. So there's 7 learning objectives, and each one has a question like, what is fascia? What muscle is located in the superficial fascia of the neck? And then there's a few more like words in that learning objective. I would show you guys, but just for future reference for videos, anything like school lecture content related is property of the school, so I can't show you it, but I can describe what we're learning and how we're given the content and stuff, and how I'm studying, definitely. But so then there's some pictures, some text description, some cadaver images, as well as like drawn pictures of the structures and everything. And then there's videos. So this section, there's 1 video per learning objective, and there's 7 in this topic, this anterior neck topic, which is that first real lecture is the anterior neck. So one video is like 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. And I would imagine that I'm gonna watch these probably on normal speed. I don't think I would watch them on like 1.5 or 1.25. It depends how fast this professor talks, but I'll probably get started on this tomorrow just because I want to leave myself something to do tomorrow, you know? Interesting comparing this to like in-person lecture. I believe it's the exact same slides. It would just be spoken at us instead of spoken to us through a computer. So it's nearly the exact same thing. It's just, for some people, very different not being in a classroom setting, but I'm so used to online classes from undergrad and from DAT studying and stuff that it's not too bad. But I'm about to close all this down, eat some lunch, and go for a walk. I'm so excited to get outside. The sun has come out and I'm very ready for a good day. Back because I misspoke about the anatomy. So it's everything I said, learning objective videos, and you also have to watch a series of videos for each lecture about list of structures, so different structures we need to know, and that has 8 more videos for this particular lecture, which are anywhere from 15 to 5 minutes. So that's a few more hours of content that I need to be taking in. And then she has PDFs posted of these learning objectives and like the info that's in the video so that I can have it on my iPad and be writing notes. I definitely like having my laptop as well as my iPad. Basically, that way I can have the videos up there and then be writing on the provided material here. Guys, it's Tuesday. As you saw, what I did last night and kind of my morning a little bit. It's already 5 p.m. After what you saw in my morning, I went and did a lot of anatomy, and then I went for a walk because it was super gloomy outside, so I woke up kind of late. It was raining, and then there was like a couple hours of sunshine, so I went for a walk, and now it is raining again, so I'm back inside and doing more anatomy. I wasn't really like focusing on the time that it took me. I was going pretty slow and honestly going on my phone a lot in between and stuff, but I got through all of the learning objective videos, and now I'm working on the list of structures videos, so it's kind of cadaver images and things like that rather than conceptual anatomy topics more so. So this is like identifying, and there's lecture videos teaching us points that you can identify different features by. So that's another couple hours that I'm probably going to pick up around 6 or 7 tonight. But I just made some dinner, just some pasta with some chicken, and I just posted that video about orientation. If you guys haven't watched it yet, be sure to go watch it, and then also I'll put the link in the description. But I'm not gonna eat while I do the cadaver images, as you could understand, so I'm just gonna watch some YouTube for fun and then get back to the notes. In maybe next week, a week after that, in a vlog, I will definitely go more in depth about how I'm consuming this online material and trying to study it and stuff, but I'm gonna wait to see kind of what my routine actually is before I tell you something that's not realistic, because right now I have so much time because we're not in lectures yet till tomorrow, like live lectures, so I have all this time to go through it, which I don't know in future weeks if I'm gonna have so much excess time or if this is really my main thing and I will have all this time. So I'll update you guys more in future weeks, but that's pretty much everything for Tuesday, and I will check in with you guys later. Hey guys, so we just did our first little Zoom session, I guess already an hour ago. It's already 11 times flown by. It ended at 10, but now that that's done, it was for anatomy. Twice a week we're gonna have 1 hour long Zoom sessions for that class to ask them questions about content and to do a little reviewing. Other than that, we go through the material on our own, and you have to have specific lectures done by then. I already explained it on Monday to you guys, but what I'm doing now is going into my calendar. Instead of having these like 4 hours that they allotted for us to do this course, what I'm doing instead is putting it as the 9 to 10 slot and then saying what lecture needs to be done by then. That way I know. And then at the top, I'm adding which day I'm going to do the videos and which day I'm going to spend reviewing. So this week is a little weird because it's back-to-back class because of the holiday break, but usually what I'm going to do is that on Monday I'm going to watch the videos for Wednesday, Tuesday I'll review for Wednesday, and then Wednesday I'll watch the videos for Friday, Thursday I'll review for Friday. That's going to be kind of my flow for anatomy, I think. And histology is all self-paced, so that class I can just work on during this time. I just downloaded all the histology slides onto my iPad, so those are all ready to go. And then I put head and neck notes in here as well. Let me move. But I have our list of structures. I have the structures with images of cadavers like labeled all in one document, and then I have the learning objectives, which are basically our notes for lecture all in one document. That's just kind of how I like to do things. And then I also will be going to the Christian Dental Association, CDA is what I'll just call it going forward, Bible study tomorrow at night. I'm excited, so I downloaded the file that they're using for their Bible study because we just got the email today. There's pretty much an organization for every different like faith that there is, and then there's ones for all different specialties, different service projects. There's like a dental students for sustainability, there's like a special care dental student group. There's all kinds of things that I'm really interested in, but for now I sent emails to Alpha Omega, which is a service-based co-ed dental fraternity, and then I sent emails to CDA and the American Association of Women Dentists, which is AAWD, and then ASDA. I'll probably be involved in that in some way. The American Student Dental Association is ASDA, and I also will probably get involved in that, but we'll see. I think that's pretty much everything that I sent emails to. They're doing lots of lunch and learns throughout the next summer term. Pretty much in July, every day there's 1 or 2 lunch and learns that you can go to on Zoom and learn about all the different orgs. So I think I'm going to attend nearly all of those, anything that sounds remotely interesting, and then from there gauge which ones I want to join, if I want to be really involved in this or just kind of go to this one's meetings, like how much time I want to put into stuff, if that makes sense. Like the Dental Student Business Association, for example, I'm very interested in attending their meetings and gaining that knowledge and resources, but I don't see myself being very involved in it kind of thing. Whereas like the American Association of Women Dentists, I'm much more like passionate about what they do, and same with Alpha Omega AO is what that's called. There's going to be all these acronyms. You guys got to keep up with the videos so you know what I'm saying. But AO and AAWD, I could see myself being really involved in like their e-board and like their activities beyond just attending meetings. So we'll kind of see where things take me. But yeah, I'm doing my best here to be very organized, and I'm just going to go through probably for the next 15-20 minutes and adjust the anatomy thing so that I can see what's due each time, because that's way more useful for me. And yeah, then I think I'm gonna go for a little walk because it's really sunny out today. It was so rainy yesterday, so I'm very happy about the weather, and I want to listen to one of my friend's podcasts. I'll show you guys a little bit of that later. So they finally added a couple more of our classes on Canvas. So orientation we already finished. Head and neck anatomy, you guys have heard the whole spiel about that. Dental anatomy they just added today, and then they added Intro to Oral Facial Function 1 today. So I'm about to look at these 2 syllabi. Evidence-based dentistry is totally self-paced, and it's just quizzes like for each module. So I'm gonna try to get a fourth or a half of this done this weekend and basically try to finish the course within the next couple weeks. That way I have one less thing to worry about. And then Intro to the Profession is gonna be the most like engaged course, where we're gonna like work with our peers and like projects and stuff, which will be nice to have some social interaction. And then histology, I just watched the introduction lecture and took brief notes on it, because with it being a introduction video, none of it's like tested. It's just like, these are basic microscopes, like these are the ways to study, stuff like that. So next lecture will be content that we need to learn. But I have my histology lab notebook because I took histology this past fall at MSU, and I'm really glad I did as a bio major. But basically we had to make drawings for all of the different structures that we looked at on the microscope, and then we had to write descriptions of like key features. So I offered up to my class that I can scan these 2 PDFs and upload them to our shared class Google Drive. They're not the best, but if people have zero introduction, this might be a nice, I don't know, reference point. It's fine if people said they want it. I don't know how often they'll use it, but it won't take me more than like 20 or 30 minutes to do that, especially because we just got a new printer, so it should be faster. So yeah, I'm going to do that later tonight, but right now it's 2 p.m. and at 3:30, I believe, to like 4:30 or so, we have our diversity and inclusion first Zoom session, first workshop kind of thing, which I'm very excited about, to more, again, engage with people. And the associate dean for diversity of inclusion at our school is really cool. He's came to talk to our pre-dental club before in undergrad. He's super outgoing and fun and happy and great guy. So I'm excited to hear from them later. But I think right now I'm going to read these 2 syllabi for the 2 new classes, feel those out, and figure out my plan for those classes. So that's what we're gonna do now. So if you watched my Q&A about like what you learn in dental school, how things are like graded for you to graduate and stuff, I said it was competency based. So this is kind of an example of in our syllabus for dental anatomy. It's outlining very explicitly here these 2 competencies that you need to have completed to graduate and pass your boards and everything. So this is saying that this course, our first semester of our first year, is going to introduce us to this competency topic. So we're just getting the very ground level, and then like as we progress into more dental anatomy courses, they'll get further and further to our competency or our mastery, if you want to call it that, of these concepts. So I hope that kind of clarifies how they're checking us to make sure that we're going to be successful students. And if you watched the video where I got my coursework, you would know that certain classes, pretty much majority of them, are graded, and then a couple here and there are pass fail. So you still get like a GPA and graded and stuff, but for your assessment of graduating and being ready to go into practice, it is competency based. Hey guys, it's quite a few days later. It's Friday. I didn't film it all on Thursday because I already knew that I had 30 minutes of footage from earlier in the week, so I didn't want this video to be any excessively amount longer, but I went for a walk. I made some really good stir fry for my family. What else? I had a live lecture for Intro to the Profession. I had a live session of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion where we watched a movie and then went into breakout rooms to discuss the connotations of it and how it applies to our class culture and how we will learn and grow and steps we want to take and things that are important to us as a class. And then we went back to the whole class as a group and further discussed it. And then I also did a couple modules for dental anatomy out on the deck, which was really nice. And finally, I ended the day with a Bible study with CDA, which is the Christian Dental Association. That was awesome. They are the nicest group of people ever, and I'm so excited. There were actually a lot of D1s on it, which was really cool because then I got to meet a lot of my classmates. So I really, really enjoyed that, and I'm glad that I'm getting involved with it. But today, Friday, I'll fill you in on what we did, and then I'm going to answer a couple questions I got on Instagram. Good weather today during the day, and then the evening is going to be all stormy. So what I decided to do was to enjoy my morning and not really do much work, and then about now, it's 4 o'clock, I'm going to start kind of getting myself woken up here to do anatomy. I'm going to do the lecture that's due on Wednesday. Today's Friday. That way I have some days to study the material. Earlier today I also recorded Monday's podcast, and if you guys want to listen to that, make sure you do. It was all about the first week of classes and orientation and everything, so a little bit of a different perspective than what you get in the video, obviously. And then also earlier today we had an hour anatomy help session. They do 8 practice questions that are test-like, so it's good for you to see if you learn the material properly for the first unit, and I did pretty well on that, so that's good. I'm studying correctly, I think. And then the rest of it was like an open office hour. So that was in the morning, and then I went for a walk, like I said, and then at noon we had a student panel with a bunch of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th year students giving us some advice, which was cool. And then from 1 up until now, I was just kind of relaxing and also recorded that podcast episode. So that is everything for Friday, but now I'm just going to pull up those questions really quickly from Instagram. Make sure you guys are following me on there because I pretty much post multiple stories a day about what's happening in dental school, so you're going to get real-time updates. But I just wanted to ask you guys if there was anything else in this video beyond what I already talked about that you'd like to be included, and let's see what people said. Okay, there's 6 questions. Is orientation online? How's it different than typical orientation? I will refer you to the orientation vlog last week and the podcast to answer that one. How are you managing stress? Any tips? So far, no stress, so we will get tips for that in upcoming videos when I am stressed, because I pretty much think it's going to be a vlog a week. How's the year going to look? 9 months, 12 months of school. So dental school is year-round, and we get 2 months. We get 2 weeks off in August and 2 weeks off in December, and that's it. Love to hear about your transition, studying tactics, anything unexpected. I talked about my studying tactics earlier already, and then as for anything unexpected, I'm just surprised that I remember some stuff from undergrad. That's awesome, and that the classes I took actually helped prepare me, because I don't know, you always doubt that isn't going to happen, so I'm glad that has happened. How much time do you spend studying in one day? I kind of talked about that earlier when I talked about how much there is for anatomy, and then I also went really in depth again in the podcast, so listen to that. Then the last question is, do a lot of your classmates go straight from undergrad, or am I one of the younger ones? My personal class's average age is 23, but some classes are a little older, and I have classmates that are parents, that are married, that are working as dental hygienists and now going back to dental school, that were in totally different fields, that were trained in other countries and now coming here, that are just simply older than I am. But I am going to be 22 in July, so I'm still younger than our average age, but a lot of my peers from MSU or peers from other schools took 1 gap year, maybe 2 gap years, or they came straight from undergrad. And then there's also, like I said, a handful of people that are a bit older than I am. So that's everything I'm going to answer, and that will wrap up the video. I know I didn't go super in depth in those questions, but I already know the video is super long. So again, check out the podcast and look forward every week to a video about dental school. And if there ever is a delay on something being posted, I will definitely try to let you all know on the community tab, but also on Instagram for sure. So that's another reason to be following me on Instagram. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.